AI-driven machine vision isn't a concept of tomorrow. It's changing quality and efficiency on factory floors today. Cognex Corporation recently surveyed more than 500 manufacturers about how artificial intelligence is transforming machine vision systems in industrial production. The report, which was just released today, reveals shifting priorities, rapid adoption, and evolving expectations across industries. I'm Sharon Spielman with Vision Systems Design, and joining me to discuss the real-world impacts, challenges, and future directions for AI-driven machine vision is Matt Moschner, the CEO of Cognex. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for having me.
You've only been with Cognex as the CEO, as I understand it, for almost a year. Why don't you tell me how it's going this first, 9 months or so of your helm?
Yeah, thanks, Sharon. So, as you mentioned, I stepped into the role of CEO July 1st. I've been with the company almost 10 years. My background is in engineering and product development. I led our engineering teams and our product teams for many years. But as you suspect, stepping into the role of CEO has increased the scope of where I've been spending my time. And it's been an exciting couple months. We've made some notable changes to our product strategy, to our leadership team, and to our sales strategy as well. And so I think we have great momentum as a business. One of my top priorities, when I was in engineering and product, but as CEO, is really to make sure that we continue to be leaders in our application of advanced AI for the use of industrial machine vision. And I think we are today, and it's a space that's obviously rapidly evolving, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you about that today.
Great. I was able to look over the survey that you are just releasing, and it shows significant adoption of AI and machine vision, especially in automotive, electronics, and logistics. So, from your perspectives, what are the main factors driving this momentum?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say we've been working with these technologies for almost 10 years. We made really a hallmark acquisition in late 2016 of VD Systems, which brought to us deep learning tools that had been specifically targeting industrial inspections. We made a second acquisition in 2019, Korean company called Sualab, which really gave us not just technology, but critical scale in terms of talent and engineering momentum. And we are today on what you might say is our fourth generation of AI vision tool development. And I'm happy to talk about where we've been focusing. But across those 9 or 10 years and those multiple generations of technology, I think you rightly point out, we've seen customers really adopting this technology in bigger and bigger ways. And that was really what underpinned the survey that we ran, right? We were seeing just really increased demand from our customers for the technology, and we wanted to better understand more analytically, frankly, what they were looking for, what they care most about, and what maybe was limiting their adoption more completely. And I think we uncovered some really interesting insights from that survey.
Yeah, what were the initial hurdles that manufacturers commonly face when adopting the AI-based vision systems?
Well, you can imagine in the early days, it really was, will it work? And I think we've overcome that, right? The performance of today's AI vision tools are tremendous, and they are doing things that we frankly couldn't imagine even 5 years ago. And so I think we're past the will it work question, but now it's into can I support it? Can I scale it? And can I use it broadly? And so that's really a usability question and a scalability question. And that's really where we've been focused, I would say, for the last several years, which is obviously continuing to take advantage of the technology progression, right? As AI models and more powerful models have been released, we're at the forefront of that. But making sure that we're also using the technology to make using a vision system simpler. And so we're bringing that into the product in different ways, with things like auto tuning sequences. We've really almost completely redesigned the workflow of our vision systems to be more data centric than programmatic in their design. And that has given customers really two things. It lowers the barrier to trial, right? So in the first generation, there's quite a bit of upfront engineering investment that our customers would have to make, whether it be image collection, training schemes, validation. We've really, as we've streamlined that, the time it would take from an idea to a pilot is hours, not weeks. And that really matters. That improves their ROI. It gives them more confidence to use it more broadly. And so I'd say that's the biggest shift from will it work? Yes, it's going to work, but can I use it? Can I deploy it? Can I scale it? And that's really where we focused. And I think you saw that from the survey results.
So, for companies that are like operating multiple sites globally, what are the key considerations for that successful scale for these deployments?
Yeah, I think it's a question of, if you often put a lot of investment in that first pilot station or site to say, is this going to solve the problem that I have? And we usually, and when that's successful, many of our customers are multi-site, multinational, multi-geography producers, and they want to obviously take that to other sites. And so the question is, can I quote unquote lift and shift the work that I did from one to the other? And that's a question of how robust is the technology, meaning how tolerant is it to variations in line design, potential environmental factors like lighting, glare. And what we've seen is as the tools have improved, their ability to be ported from one environment to the other without really any intervention or change has really dramatically improved. And so think about what that means for a manufacturer where they can have the confidence to say, well, if it works over there, I know it will work over here. And often, as there are slight changes in the product itself based on where it's made. So you might have, let's say, a shampoo bottle manufactured in the US for the US market, which is very similar, but maybe with a slight redesign in packaging, markings for the European market produced in Europe. Our tools can make those modifications very quickly without having to reinitiate an entirely new product. And so I think that really speaks to the scalability and how quickly you can take a pilot to the entire network.